A year after their father passed, two brothers began meeting outside their childhood home before sunrise, just to reflect and reconnect. One foggy morning, they snapped a few photos of the house, but later, they noticed something strange. In multiple images taken from both their phones, a dark figure could be seen standing near the house. The property was fenced, completely locked, and they were alone. Their father had always said he wanted his ashes spread in the yard so he could stay there forever. Maybe that's exactly what happened. To this day, they haven't been able to recreate the figure or explain it. Willie was out camping alone, but the quiet was broken when he spotted a man standing in the trees near his campsite. The man appeared briefly, said nothing, and vanished into the woods just as quickly. No one else was staying at the nearby sites, and Willie hadn't seen anyone else on the surrounding trail. The stranger didn't greet him or act like a fellow camper. It didn't feel normal. Willie couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right and left shortly after. A man living in the Appalachian region had briefly stepped away from his parked car, but when he returned, the window was shattered. But strangely, nothing was taken. Instead, something had been placed inside. A twisted dark briar root lying neatly on the front seat. While most would worry about the damage, he seemed more disturbed by that root. In Appalachian folk traditions, such roots are tied to spells, sometimes for protection, sometimes to curse. In this case, it felt more like he was being cursed. In the summer of 2011, a Facebook user uploaded a photo of a group of girls playing on her grandparents' rural property in western Oregon. Only a few people were there that day: her friend, her son, and the three girls. But when she later looked at the image, there appeared to be someone else. There was a fourth girl in the top left corner, one nobody recognized. Both adults confirmed they hadn't seen her, and she wasn't discovered until the photo was reviewed days later. Some speculate she was a drowning victim. The property has no documented history, but the user and her sister both recall having eerie dreams connected to certain spots on the land throughout their entire childhood spent there. Timothy Treadwell spent 13 summers living among wild grizzly bears in Alaska's Katmai National Park. He filmed their behavior up close, spoke to them like old friends, and believed he had a special bond with them. But in 2003, his final trip turned tragic. Timothy and his girlfriend, Amy Huguenard, were attacked by a bear near their campsite, just one day before they were scheduled to leave. His camera was running. Though the lens cap stayed on, the audio recorded everything.
It's raining to hear Amy, get away, go away.
A bush pilot later found their campsite destroyed. Nearby, rangers located the bear responsible and shot it. Inside its stomach, they found human remains and pieces of clothing. Timothy once said, "I will die for these animals." And sadly, he did. A Reddit user was visiting the cliffs of Moher in Ireland back in November. It was a cold and windy day, but clear enough for photos. Later, while reviewing the images, she noticed something strange. In one photo, everything seemed normal. Distant tourists bundled in jackets and beanies. But in the next shot, something odd appeared. A lone figure stood on the rocks, tall, thin legs, and what looked like an unusual hat. It didn't look like any person, and it hadn't been there when she took the photo. A few frames later, another figure appeared, this time at the top of a staircase. People nearby looked normal, clearly dressed for winter, but this thing, it looked weird. She uploaded the photos, asking what others thought. Some said it could be a trick of the light, others wondered if it was something else. Whatever it was, she didn't see it in person, but the camera did, and that somehow makes it even more unsettling. While exploring an abandoned hotel deep in the Shenandoah Mountains, a group stumbled upon a strange shed on the property. Inside, they found newspapers and posters of missing people, along with local arrest mugshots pinned to the walls. Beside the shed was a sealed barrel with a block placed on top. Though it looked suspicious, it only contained a red liquid, likely transmission fluid or some kind of chemical. Adding to the unsettling vibe were bedsheets nailed across the interior walls. The whole scene felt more like a serial killer's hideout than an abandoned storage space. They still have not figured out who did this and why. Late one night, a man on a motorbike had to brake suddenly. Standing alone in the middle of the empty road was a strange woman. Something about her felt wrong. She didn't ask for help, she didn't speak, she simply walked, slowly, straight down the center of the road. The area was deserted. Cautiously, he inched closer, and suddenly, without warning, she turned and bolted. What was she doing there? If it was just a woman, what was going on with her? And if it wasn't, then what did he really see that night? A TikTok user was camping in the woods one night when something strange caught her attention.
Domino, what is that? What the hell is that? Hey!
A strange figure is seen moving in the distance, walking on two legs, but the low light makes it hard to identify. The user later showed the same area in daylight, revealing it's a remote forested location, making the figure's identity even harder to pin down. Who would be walking out there in the middle of the night, dressed in white? A Reddit user was walking alone down a quiet road in a forest when they stumbled across something bizarre. Several unopened IV fluid bags were dumped near the sidewalk. There was no clinic nearby, no ambulance in sight, just these sterile medical pouches lying abandoned under a streetlight. Turns out they weren't random trash. Most likely, they were part of a home delivery medical supply meant for a ventilator patient. People in the comments suspected a porch pirate had stolen the package, thinking it was something valuable, only to ditch it once they realized it wasn't resellable. It's an eerie reminder of how carelessness and theft can endanger someone's life. While camping in the woods, 3 friends knelt by the campfire for a photo. But when the film was developed, something strange appeared behind them. A blurred figure stood there, arms folded, though none of them remember anything being present. A medium later claimed there were multiple spirits in the photo, pointing out several unnatural light streaks and faint faces hidden in the image. Some say it's just smoke, but how does smoke take on a shape so detailed, so human? A man named Leroy Torres was out with his family one night in Ecuador when they noticed movement in the back of the truck in front of them. Curious, they began filming to make sure it wasn't just their imagination.
Sí, se ve. Ahí estamos viendo, aquí en la carretera Naranjal, unos niños, son una sombra. No hay gente ahí, mi gente, créame. Estamos totalmente sorprendidos y asustados al mismo tiempo. Estoy viajando con mi familia. Se ven unos niños que juegan en un carro que está totalmente vacío en la parte de atrás. Es algo increíble. Tenemos el miedo total aquí en el carro, pero en nombre de Cristo no va a pasar nada.
At the time, Leroy and his family brushed it off as something paranormal and moved on. But when they later posted the video online, some viewers feared the shadows weren't ghosts at all, but possibly kidnapped children. What do you think? On June 17, 2025, Chris camped near Willow Creek in Pendleton County, a place known for abandoned homes and strange activity. He set up his tent and started his overnight investigation. As night fell, natural sounds faded.
But that, you hear that noise between the frogs? I think that's a coyote, but hear that? I don't know. Never heard that noise back here before. Oh, and I already started the old step 2, Steve Wallace style. Got some Southern Comfort in there. Trying to get relaxed, trying to fill this area out. Listen to my surroundings.
Unusual howls and footsteps echoed around him. Using a spirit box, Chris recorded some chilling words. It said "Mom," a detail that hit hard as he carried his mother's ashes with him. Suddenly, something slammed into his tent.
I'm going to give you all a few more minutes, and then we're going to call this quit with this stuff. Then we're going to go out and walk around and see what we can get into, see what we can find. And then we're going to call it a night. Hey! Hey! What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ. Something just literally jumped on this tent.
Despair.
Who is out there? Did you all see that? Okay, we're gonna put 7.8. This shit's going haywire. This stuff's going haywire. This stuff's going haywire. This says despair, skeleton, leave. I'm gonna tell you, I'm shook up, guys. Seriously, I don't have a clue what that was. Whatever it was is big. I pushed it away, and I didn't hear no footsteps. Hello?
It was forceful, but there were no footsteps before or after. When he checked outside, the area was silent and empty. Nothing explained what had just happened, and honestly, nothing explains why some of you still aren't subscribed by now. On July 3rd, 2025, 2 separate witnesses recorded something truly strange in the skies over California.
Look at that streak across the sky, y'all. It's 2:48 in the morning. What the fuck is that? This is a long streak across the sky here at 2:48 a.m.
Many are now calling it the Rainbow Bridge. In both videos, a glowing arc of multicolored light stretches high above the landscape. What makes it even stranger is that both clips were captured from different locations. No official explanation has been given yet. Was it just a rare weather event, or something else entirely? A man, along with his friend and loyal dog Thomas, was exploring abandoned houses and eerie forest trails one night when things took a chilling turn.
Thomas, যখন আলাদা করতে চেয়েছিল, তো তখন কিন্তু আমি কাছে ছিলাম, তখন আর কি পরিস্থিতি হয়েছিল সেটা যদি একটু বলতেন।
হ্যাঁ অবশ্যই বলবো ভাই, একটু অপেক্ষা করুন।
A yellow orb briefly darted across the screen, followed moments later by a strange pink aura. It was probably just a cameraman's finger, but then A smoky mist seemed to fall over him, completely unseen in real time. Later, they saw this.
আপনার করে কি যে
Yes.
থমাস
A human-shaped shadow standing between two trees. It vanished, but the feeling of being watched remained. Harley switched on his back trail camera as he pushed deeper into the thick forest. The terrain was steep, rough, and remote. As he hiked, he came across snapped trees, strange archways, and what looked like makeshift nests scattered along the path. Then, all the signs pointed to something watching him from the woods. He snapped a quick photo and left immediately. Late at night, someone spotted a strange figure in a white robe on their trail camera, set up in an empty field. The area had no houses nearby, no lights, and no signs of life. But the unsettling part is that the figure didn't seem lost or confused. It moved with purpose, and then quietly vanished into the darkness. The person who captured it swears it was real, but they also can't explain who or what it was. A Facebook user's husband was editing some pictures he had taken of her at an old estate in the woods. While adjusting one particular photo, he noticed a faint white shape beside her, barely visible at first. But when he tweaked the color settings, the form became clearer. It appeared to have an outstretched arm with a clenched fist, and the other hand showed thick, distinct fingers next to hers. They were both shocked by how detailed it was, so much like a human body. How could that be? A man had set up a trail camera on his forested property, hoping to catch wildlife. Instead, what he got was far from normal. It showed armed soldiers moving cautiously through the woods, scanning their surroundings, like they were expecting trouble. Why were soldiers in the middle of nowhere? Was it a secret drill, a manhunt, or something even stranger? No one knows. A homeowner had installed a camera at their remote cabin in the woods, partly for safety, partly to capture wildlife. But it caused something they didn't expect. The figure that appeared was unusually short, well below average human height, and didn't resemble any known animal or person. Some believe it might be a duende, a mythical forest creature. But there's gotta be another explanation, right? While walking late at night on June 28, 2025, a person spotted something strange in the sky over Los Angeles. A dark object hovered silently above, moving in ways that didn't match any known aircraft. Locals are still unsure what they witnessed. Some say it had to be a UFO. One thing's certain, whatever it wasn't ordinary. Late one night, a security guard keeping watch over a massive, remote warehouse noticed something strange on the CCTV feed. A lone woman in white, quietly walking through the loading area. The entire facility was supposed to be locked down, completely empty. Rattled, the guard stepped outside to investigate, but there was no one there. Some say it was just a trespasser in a dress. Others believe it was something else entirely, a ghost caught on camera. Either way, in a place where no one should have been, she was there. A man and his friends were out one night when they spotted a strange shape in an open field. At first glance, the dark figure could have been mistaken for a plastic bag tossed by the wind. But as the person filming moved closer, the shape seemed to move.
Người cao gì đi người ta. Đồ ngó.
Before anyone could get a proper look, the creature crept too close, forcing them to back off and leave. What it was really remains unknown, but one thing's clear, it wasn't just a bag. Last month, fireballs lit up the southeastern skies of the United States. In Williamston, South Carolina, one man, M.D. Murphy, experienced something much closer to home. He stepped outside and found this.
The hole is about 2 foot in diameter. And that's the hole in my driveway. I don't know.
A chunk of debris had crashed straight through the roof of his driveway, and what lay beneath the hole left him speechless. At first, Murphy was hesitant to even go near it, not knowing if it was dangerous. Luckily, no one got hurt. A group was camping deep in the woods, filming the night like any normal trip. Laughter echoed around the bonfire, but later, when they reviewed the footage, they noticed something strange. In one clip, as the camera pans across the group, a mysterious figure briefly appears, slipping through the frame. It passed right by the fire, then vanished into the darkness, completely unnoticed by anyone. Some say it was just a lens flare, others believe they caught something much more unsettling. What do you think? On June 10th, 2025, James, creator of Silver Wolves, Stones of the Past, set out to explore the Burkhead Mountain Wilderness in North Carolina's Uwharrie National Forest. His goal, to locate a rumored abandoned homestead hidden somewhere near Talbot Creek.
You know what, I was thinking of following that trail a little bit further down the creek here, but I think I'm just going to jump out into the woods. It looks kind of clear. Doesn't look too bad.
After navigating unmarked trails and reaching a rocky summit, he stumbled across a primitive campsite, just old timber and a rusted kettle left behind. While setting up camp, he noticed what looked like a forgotten road veiled by forest growth. With daylight fading, he made his first attempt to follow it.
I'm gonna head back to camp. Coyotes are out. I'm getting a little turned around. It's kind of weird. My GPS was acting kind of funny. I'm not trying to sound spooky or anything like that, but felt like I was walking, like it was starting to go around in circles before I was getting near the home, the abandoned home. So before I get too turned around, before the coyotes, I just want to get settled in.
The next morning, despite the rain, James tried again.
Zoom out for you. A kind of like a turnoff. Again, it might be hard to see on the camera, but it looks like that there's a groove in the middle. Yeah, I think I have to take the chance and go up for a few feet. Yeah, let's do that. No, let's do it together. We're gonna find this. I think I see a chimney up ahead, actually.
Climbing through brush and weaving along narrow paths, he finally found it. A decaying wooden structure, half swallowed by the forest. Inside, dust-coated furniture sat untouched, and a strange sour odor hung in the air. Then, suddenly, this happened.
I hope no Crazy son of a gun living up here. I've seen too many of those videos. Oh shit! What the fuck? Oh, alright, there's an animal in there. Oh. What the hell? Whew.
A loud noise from beneath one of the beds. Something alive moved. He rushed outside, shaken. James didn't wait to find out what it was. Devon and his friend Brian stumbled upon something strange during a walk in the woods. A dirty old doll lying in the brush. Disturbed but curious, Devon ran back to grab his phone to film it. But when they returned, the doll wasn't there where they had found it.
Alright, I found it. It's moved. Look. Look. Oh my god, the thing is creepy.
It was now half buried under a thick layer of leaves and branches, like someone had moved it. Still unsettled, they filmed it briefly and left the area. 2 days later, light snow had fallen. They returned to check on the doll. This time, only one leg remained. The rest of the doll was completely gone. Whether someone had taken it or it had moved on its own, neither explanation felt safe. A group had just finished paying respects at an old cemetery when they heard strange, muffled sounds from below. Curious, one of them took out their phone and moved closer to a grave. As they leaned in, a hand suddenly burst out of the dirt, reaching straight toward the phone. Everyone panicked, stumbling back in shock, and no one has been able to explain what happened. Now, do you think this is staged or real? While walking through a quiet wooded trail one evening, a man spotted something that froze him in place.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that, man? Hello? What the hell? Bro, it's got hands. What the hell is that? Oh my god, oh my god. Holy shit. What the hell? Where did it go? Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh man, it was right there.
His flashlight caught a figure in the shadows, its two glowing yellow eyes staring back, and one pale hand slowly motioning for him to come closer. Startled, he tried to get a better look, but the figure remained half hidden in the darkness. Then it slipped back into the forest and vanished. Shaken by what he had seen, he left the woods in a hurry. A solo camper set up camp at a remote spot known for strange incidents. Trying to sleep in his van, the camper noted the silence outside. No wind, no insects, just still air. But just after midnight, this happened.
You guys, oh my god, hold on. You guys, I'm not joking. You guys, I'm not joking. I don't even have my freaking shoes on. I'm driving in my socks. The van was attacked. I thought I was dreaming. I fell asleep. I was sound asleep, and then something woke me up. It was loud as hell. And then I was laying there a second. I'm like, what the hell just happened? And then it happened again. I swear on my life, this is not a joke. Oh my God, you guys, I am shaking like like you would not believe. It is 12:15 a.m. So I fell asleep for about an hour and the van was attacked. I can't even believe what happened. I can't believe what just happened, you guys. Scared the hell out of me. Oh my God, was that loud? Woke me out of a sound sleep, scared the shit out of me. It's only 56 degrees out. You know what, you guys? I think I believe in Bigfoot now. I am not joking. I think I believe in Bigfoot. I'm driving home in my socks. There was no time to get my shoes on. There was no time to get my pants on. When I left there, I drove off in my underwear. In my underwear, you guys. I was attacked. I was literally attacked. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm even saying this.
Panicked, he fled the site in only his underwear and socks, convinced something tried to break in. What exactly, no one knows. YouTuber Florida Boy Johnny began filming a light-hearted fishing vlog, but things quickly took a strange turn. Struggling to find a good fishing spot, they wandered deeper into a dense forest. That's when they stumbled upon this.
Bones? Are these bones? Bro, there's bones! Alright, these are rib bones of some kind.
Those are rib bones.
I'm not okay.
They're all in the well right there.
There's a bunch. I don't like this, Dad. Let's just see if there's anything else. Oh! What?
There's more bones.
No way.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? Is that a thigh bone?
So not only did we come across Pennywise's house, we found a bunch of rib bones and what appears to be,
Maybe.
look, it's cut right there. Right here on this piece, it looks like it was like cut through or something. This is exactly how horror movies start.
And things only got creepier when this happened.
You ever see a glass bottle? You ever see a glass bottle with a hole in it?
Let me see.
Perfectly like that? Look at that. Huh. I'm really curious as to what kind of bones those are. That bottle just broke.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you serious?
It just broke.
Like it was just sitting on the ground.
Yeah. Did you not hear it?
Uh-uh.
I set it down and then I was doing something over there and then I just hear like a crack and...
The next day, curiosity got the better of them. They returned to the area and uncovered more bones, partially buried.
We found what looks to be the tail end, because that looks like the butt bone.
So it means that it's all under here, whatever it is. Oh, I found something else right here. That's a spine.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a spine.
We're gonna keep working on this. We'll be back.
Oh, this goes deep.
So we have found the rest of the bones. It looks, I don't know, it might be a dog or a deer or something like that. We're not actually 100% sure. And now it's starting to rain on us. So after spending about an hour digging, these are all the bones.
While they guessed it could have come from an animal, the clean cuts and eerie setting made everything feel suspicious. While filming the quiet forest, a hiker suddenly felt like he was being watched. Then he spotted it. partially hidden behind the trees stood a dark figure. At first, he thought it was a bear, but the more he zoomed in, the stranger it looked. Its head wasn't quite bear-like, more human, maybe even ape-like, but Canada has no apes. The creature didn't move, it just stared. Once the man realized it was nothing he could identify, he fled. Jordan and his friend went to explore an abandoned resort in Catskills, New York, one with a reputation for ghost sightings and strange activity. When they entered the building, things quickly turned creepy.
Hello? Nah, that's moving. See this? Yo, nah. What the? Wait. Look at the fuck.
At first, they thought it was just a mannequin, but then it seemed to move slightly. Curious, they stepped in for a closer look. That's when they heard clear footsteps echoing from outside.
Swear to God, we're not trolling. There's someone standing in the fucking hole.
Imagine it's not there.
They didn't stick around. Given the resort's dark history and rumored mafia ties, some places are better left unexplored. Now, are you ready for the next video? Because trust me, it's going to be